Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was thinking of not coming today, given the reports of the spike in racist attacks following the Brexit vote. Think about it. A citizen of this city too frightened to go out of our front door to speak to all of you. Now, my question is to Councillors Blencowe and Price. Given the media has reported that former South Cambs MP Andrew Lansley was the favourite candidate to be mayor, I found through Freedom of Information requests to the Treasury and DCLG that Lord Lansley has been in and out of the Treasury prior to the devolution policy being announced. My fear is that councillors have been rushed into making a decision which on an agreement that's been pushed by the Chancellor. At the same time, we have the problems that we've seen in Westminster. My fear is, as European Union leader state, the Council is negotiating with a United Kingdom that has no effective government and is likely to break up. So therefore, I urge the Council to at least pause in any approval, as there is no way the Council can sign up to an agreement with the government that is in office but not in power. So therefore, my questions to Councillors Blencowe and Price: are they content to relinquish their powers and funding to a potential mayor of Cambridgeshire that has a high chance of winning that election, given the uncertainties also that we have with what's happening in Westminster? Thank you.
Councillor Thomas.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Carpen, once again, thank you for coming and asking your question, which I think the essence of your question is, do we as an authority, or do I as the Executive Council for Housing, intend to relinquish any of our powers to the combined authority and those are powers that we currently have? The answer is no, we don't. We don't have to, and we have no intention of doing so. I'm not really sure there's any point in elaborating on that. I think that's as direct an answer as you're going to get.
Well, I was just going to cover the extra points that Antony Carpen asked, and fair questions. In terms of planning, in terms of the devolution deal document, there's only one reference to planning that impacts on the council, and that is that the combined authority and the mayor can develop a spatial strategy for the whole area, which is a guidance document, but which isn't the local plan. It's quite clear that local plans still, Mr. Mayor, would remain with us and other local authorities. And also within that, it's stated that as a council we would have effectively a veto. So no spatial strategy for Cambridgeshire and Peterborough could be developed without our express agreement. On the wider question, we've been discussing these issues before Thursday, and obviously we've reflected after the European referendum and the decision of the Prime Minister to resign immediately after that. I think the main issue for us, and we'll touch on it in the debate on housing, is that the deal document is not finally signed until after a period of consultation, and also a specific decision in October. And whilst the world may not have fully moved on by then, there will, we expect, be a new leader, a new Prime Minister, and there will also be some indication about what is going to happen on devolution. It is particularly the case that we would want to be clear on the housing deal before we sign up.
Just to make two comments. Those of us with long memories, there used to be a Cambridgeshire structure plan. It sounds like we're returning to that sort of sensible planning structure. On the back of this devolution model. In terms of the mayoral governance, I think that was more a question for Lewis. I'll leave that one. But we are still required to produce our own local plan as is South Cambridgeshire. And who knows, we might have it in place by 2017, May of next year early.
Really, just to finish off, with the local plan process going through, which I've also been filming, plus the City Deal programme that's going through, there seems to be an awful lot of confusion, especially for those of us who are trying to follow all of this. That's obviously been made worse by what's happening in Westminster. It's been confirmed today by the Prime Minister in the House that 2nd of September is when the new PM will be in. All I can really ask now and urge councillors is to keep us all informed with what's coming from Westminster in terms of just what's happening with this policy, whether it has been reconfirmed or when it will be, and finally when it will be reconfirmed. But I would also ask you to urge and consider doing a policy review of the risks associated with this. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.